Hi again, Panther fans. It's Inside Georgia State Football. Dave Cohen here at the Georgia State practice facility as we take you behind the scenes with Georgia State football. Today we're pleased to be joined by place kicker, punter, guy who handles kickoffs sometimes, and that's Brandon Wright, a veteran of the Georgia State football team. And Brandon, great to have you with us. And a big one coming up. It's homecoming week here at Georgia State. Got Coastal Carolina in here, and you guys have looking to bounce back from a tough one out at Arkansas State.
Oh yeah, we've had a pretty good 2 days of practice. Just working on getting better every day.
Well, for Georgia State, obviously, again, it's homecoming. What does homecoming mean for you around campus at Georgia State? You've been here now a number of years, and, football certainly has added to the homecoming experience that we've seen on campus.
It's definitely a cool experience. I mean, we got a whole week of activities planned, and it's just we're still building around the homecoming. You still got new programs, so we're kind of get everybody to come more to the games and building around the homecoming game and everybody tailgating and whatnot. So, I mean, it's been a good experience watching, coming into the game, getting a lot more fans on homecoming, Panther walks becoming more exciting. So it's becoming a whole great experience.
Again, we're talking to place kicker and punter, Brandon Wright. Congratulations to you. You're on the Ray Guy watch list, top punter in college football. That's a great honor. And you're also currently third in the country in punting yardage. You've had a really, really good year this year.
Thank you. I mean, we've been out here working every day. Definitely my boys are specialists. We've been pushing each other, and all of our work's coming into fruition, so it's been good.
Talk a little bit about the shoes you had to fill. Rohir Tenlowhouse was here, but Will Lutz, who's now, of course, with the New Orleans Saints, had the job while he was here. Rohir handled the kicking, you handled the punting, but now pretty much it's, we've seen a little bit of Barry Brown, but for the most part, you've been handling most of the kicking duties. You got some shoes to fill, and you have filled them pretty well so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a big job to take on. Just staying healthy and whatnot has been a pretty big issue for me, but we're feeling really good right now. I mean, I did the same in high school, did all three, and then just kind of sitting back behind Lutz, seeing what that person is doing, seeing what it is to being able to take on all three jobs and how he stayed healthy in his routines. So, just stepping into his shoes and just keeping it pushing.
Kickers are an interesting group if you've ever been out at football practice, not just at Georgia State, pretty much anywhere. Talk a little bit about the camaraderie among kickers, whether it's place kickers, punters, so on and so forth.
I mean, we have a really diverse group outside of other schools because, we got a guy from Australia, we got a guy out of Dublin, and we got me out of Atlanta. So, I mean, we're a good group of guys. We've all bonded. I mean, it's pretty cool. We all have different backgrounds, so different ways of humor. So, I mean, it's all cool in games with him.
Again, we're talking to Brandon Wright. This game will have some extra meaning for you this week. Georgia State, of course, participated in and won the Auto Nation Cure Bowl down in Orlando last year. Georgia State, you'll be kicking into pink nets this week, a pink Panther logo on the side of the helmet and pink gloves. And you go back to the game down in Orlando last year, a lot of meaning in that game as well, and you kicked pretty well in that football game, if I remember correctly. But your mom's a breast cancer survivor, so you have walked the walk with regards to dealing with that.
Mm-hmm. Just seeing her, she's definitely a strong woman, and, I appreciate her for everything that she's gone through. I've seen her go through it, and it's just, pushed me to be a better person. It's pushed me to be the better punter and place kicker who I am today. Just seeing her fight and seeing her push through adversity, I mean, I wouldn't trade her for the world. So definitely go out there and do our best for her.
And if she's not number one, she's in the top three of Georgia State Panther football fans. I don't think home or road she misses a game unless it's maybe really, really outside the travel capabilities.
Yeah, unless it's more than 4 hours away, she's there in one of her. If it's October, she's in her pink jersey she made. If it's at home, she's either in her white or blue jersey she's made, so she's not hard to find.
All right, and finally, one thing we like to bring to the fans of Georgia State football, tell us something about Brandon Wright that we're not going to find in the game program or the media guide. We've heard some interesting hobbies, some interesting likes that some of the players in this team that we've interviewed so far this season partake in. Tell us something that we don't know about Brandon Wright, maybe a hobby or something that you're interested in.
I think something interesting about me, I would go with I have a pretty good collection of 1996 Atlanta Olympics gear. I've got a flag. I've got a bunch of 96 Olympics shirts. I got some cups. I got jackets, a couple shorts. So, I mean, being born and raised in Atlanta is definitely a big part of the culture. Well, not necessarily Olympics, but just being in the city and being in Turner Field where they had the Olympics and seeing the torch on the way to games. I mean, it's a pretty big part of our history. So I thought it was a pretty cool thing to start collecting.
Yeah. All right. Interesting. Appreciate that. Well, good luck kicking into those pink nets this week, and let's get out of the stadium with a W.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Go Panthers.
All right. I want to thank Georgia State's place kicker, punter, and the guy who handles a lot of kickoffs for Georgia State football, Brandon Wright. I'm Dave Cohen. That's this week's Inside Georgia State Football.